The 2016 Rhineland-Palatinate-State election was held on 13 March 2016 to elect all 101 members to the Landtag of Rhineland-Palatinate. Seats are allotted by proportional representation with a 5% threshold. State elections were held on the same day in Baden-Württemberg and Saxony-Anhalt. After the election, Malu Dreyer of the Social Democratic Party led a coalition government of her party with Greens and Free Democratic Party, nicknamed the Traffic Light Coalition. Issues and campaign. Polls. The reference for the polls is Wahlrecht. Results. Post-election, a coalition of the existing ruling parties, the SPD and the Greens, would not have sufficient votes in the Landtag to be able to muster a majority. Neither would a coalition of the CDU and the returning FDP. A gross coalition of the SPD and CDU would have an absolute majority of 22 seats. But with the SPD having ruled out a grand coalition with Klockner and the CDU ahead of the election, Dreyer looks most likely to work towards a traffic light coalition, which would see the SPD, Free Democrats, and Greens join forces. These three parties would be able to form a state government with the SPD holding 39 seats, the Greens 6, and the FPD 7. This would have a bare majority of 1 vote in the Landtag. A Jamaica coalition of the CDU, FDP, and Greens would fall 4 seats short of the necessary majority. An unlikely, although theoretically possible, coalition between the CDU and AfD would also fall short by 3 seats in the Landtag. Alternatively, a minority government of the SPD and Greens could take power with the toleration of the FDP and/or the CDU, or a FDP-SPD coalition with the toleration of the Greens and/or CDU. This has not had much of a precedent in Western Germany, but is entirely possible. Eventually, a traffic light coalition between the SPD, the Greens and the FDP was formed, and Malu Dreyer remained the minister-president.